Hey, welcome back. Today is honey extraction day. We're going to extract some honey off that top medium super of the number one hive. This hive has two medium supers on the top there. The one on top is full and the one below it is about half full of capped honey. So we're going to let that one go for a little bit longer. We'll extract that one at a later date. This one we're going to pull off and inspect. I'm looking for frames that are about 80% capped or more of honey. And I'll pull some frames and inspect it here. And I'll take those bees that are on the frames and I will shake those bees into the hive. And then whatever bees are remaining after I shake them off, I'll get my bee brush and gently coax them back into the hive. And once I have all the bees off of the frame, I'll put it in a plastic tub that you can't see that is behind me so the bees don't go back after it. And I'll do that for all 10 frames in this super. Okay, we got our honey set up for extraction. Have a double sieve. And then our spinner, we'll get our frames in there. Okay, we're gonna put all our cappings in the bucket. And there's our full super of, I think we have 9 full frames of honey. So we'll see how much we get out of it. And that's what a full frame of capped honey looks like. So 90% there on both sides. And now that we know that moisture content is correct because the bees have capped it over. And we use a bucket with a strainer. There's a little cheesecloth in the bottom of that, and a knife, and we'll just cut the wax cappings right off the top of the comb, exposing the honey. And whatever cappings the knife doesn't get, we'll come back with a little fork. There's a little special fork that you use to uncap the wax cappings there to allow the honey to come out. Take the wax that's in that bucket and you can melt it down, and we're going to take the honey out of it first. We'll squeeze the honey out of it and then we'll put that into a heater and melt that down, and we can make beeswax, candle wax, or any type of wax products out of that. I usually will just melt it down and then put it back on the frames for the bees to reuse to help them build comb. A little bit of a process here, but it's definitely well worth it. And we'll turn the frame around and do the same thing on the other side. And the boys helped out with me with this this time, cutting the cappings off. And we had a good time making honey. Time lapse. We do this to all 9 frames, front and back. All right, we got all the cappings off. They're in the bucket. We'll make candles and wax out of that. And we got our double sieve here. We're going to open our honey gate. The honey can flow through the sieve. We got our frames full of honey in there. And we'll get the spinner rolling and we'll spin the honey out of it. All right. So we start slow and then we build up speed, and the centrifugal force spins the honey right out of the comb, leaving the comb intact. And then when all the honey's out of that one side, we will flip the frames around and extract the honey out of the other side. And then I can put these frames right back on the hive, and the bees will clean up the excess honey and clean up the broken comb and then fill it back up with more honey. And they don't have to build more comb. So it kind of helps them out and helps us out. Doesn't take long to spin. I think I spun each frame, 5 to 6 minutes just to make sure that they were dry. And all the honey was out of it, and it hits the side of the drum there and ends up in the bottom. And the bottom of the extractor is cone-shaped, and all that honey flows toward the gate, and then through a double sieve. I think this is a 200 micron sieve, and it filters out any leftover wax that might have been still stuck in the honey, and ends up into a food grade bucket with the honey gate on the bottom of that. And we will take that food grade bucket and set it on a table, and then we will fill our jars right from that. Now, I did test this honey with refractor. You want it to be less than 20% moisture content, and as long as it's less than 20%, then the shelf life, and it won't ferment. It'll be good forever. All right, let's check and see our progress here. We'll pull the frame out, and yeah, spun all the honey out of there. Okay, now we'll turn them around and spin the honey out of that side. All right, and the best part about this is the comb's already drawn out by the bees. Once I'm done here, I will put the frames back in the hive and they'll fill them back up. Look at that. Got all the honey out of there. That's beautiful. Gorgeous. Okay, put the lid back on here. Start her up. And here's us filling the jars full of our honey. We ended up with about 20 pounds of honey out of that one extraction. It was only 9 frames that we extracted. And we got some really dark, nice tasting honey. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.